I'm Leland Barclay, and it's my privilege to host the River Valley Sports Report, where we highlight River Valley schools and athletes past, present, and future. Van Buren won the first state championship for winter and spring sports last Saturday when the Pointers won their second straight Class 5A dual state wrestling tournament with a dominating 61-12 win over Searcy. Don O'Kelly and DAKOTAH FENWICK started Van Buren off with pins in the first two matches, followed by a win by decision by Alex Reed. After Searcy won a match, Van Buren won 9 straight matches with 6 by pins. Senior Taylor Smith entered the day with 97 career wins and went 3-0 to reach the 100-win plateau. Defending state champions SHILOH Summers and Grant King each were victorious by pins on Saturday.
There it is.
We talked with Smith and King along with Van Buren head coach John Petrie after the championship on Saturday.
More than anything, this is the perfect opportunity. Dual state, it all just fell into place perfectly. Couldn't have come at a better time. I'm glad, it's my senior year. Still have regionals and state ahead of me. Plan to rack up a few more wins and just keep grinding.
What's it feel like to be state champion?
Phenomenal. Better than the first time. Awesome. Just awesome.
Oh, it's great. We had some setbacks early in the season that kind of slowed us down, kind of hurt our confidence a little bit. But, we kind of, here at the end of the season, we kind of hit our peak. We started kind of rolling, getting together as a team. And I'm glad to see it all work off. We're all celebrating with the trophy. Just went back-to-back for, we just won 2. We've only won 2 in our program history, and we did it back-to-back years, so that's always good. Always nice to have.
4 seniors on the team. Technically, they went 12-0 today. How nice is that to go out undefeated in the dual state, at least, with your teammates?
It's always awesome. 2 of those guys, the seniors that went undefeated, beat people that beat them prior in the year. So it's just really good to see the progress we've made this season. And as seniors, to leave it all out here on our mat in our home court and win a state championship, it just can't be beat. That's just a great feeling.
Man, the kids, they come ready to work. They've grinded all summer, and they're reaping the rewards now.
It was a rather dominant performance. Did you expect to do maybe this well? Or?
Well, at the beginning of the season, we went to Searcy and got beat 42-27. We didn't have all our pieces yet, and I wanted to make sure that we put a statement out there.
Dual state wrestling is not sanctioned by the Arkansas Activity Association, and the sanctioned state wrestling regionals and state tournaments are coming up in 2 weeks in Little Rock. National Signing Day turned into multiple signing days across the River Valley due to last week's winter weather. We visited Van Buren, Ozark, Greenwood, Southside, Northside, and Charleston. We talked to Van Buren's Malachi Henry, who is headed to UCA to play football. And we also got some rare words out of Van Buren's Connor Teague, who doesn't talk much and is headed to Hendricks to play golf.
I just fell in love with Conway as soon as I stepped on campus. The coaching staff was really welcoming to me, and on my official visit is when I decided Conway was the place for me.
You played a lot of different positions in high school: defensive back, had interceptions, receiver, caught touchdowns. Gosh, you even played quarterback at one point, returned some punts and kicks. What have they really talked about it as far as any kind of position?
They expressed to me that they just want me wearing purple, and they don't really care what position I'm playing. They just want me playing for them, and that was expressed to me. And that really opened me up and made me feel good that I can just go there and play and do me.
Fun, because I get to do it with Hogan, so.
Is that pretty neat, being able to go and do it with a teammate?
Because I know them. It'll be fun to ring with them and play with them, because I already played together for 3 years, so.
How long have you played golf?
Since, like 2 or 3. And I took a break during middle school, and I started in 9th grade from high school.
Since 2 or 3 years old? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've been playing for a long time.
When did you think that it was a possibility that you'd be able to play on the next level?
I wanted to in 10th grade, so that's when I knew. And everyone's told me I had a lot of potential, so.
And of course, I guess you know a few things about Claire Bates. You've maybe heard a few things through the years.
Yeah, I've read some papers. My dad's told me some stories about him.
In Ozark on a wet Wednesday morning, we talked to Anna Woolsey, one of the top track athletes in the state, along with Eli Massingale, the only Ozark running back to ever rush for at least 1,000 yards all 3 seasons, and Briley Burns, who recently surpassed her mom, the former Penny Peppas, as the all-time leading scorer in team basketball history.
I'm very excited to continue to run track for the next 4 years, so that's very exciting.
But you still got your senior year of track left.
Yes, I do.
Obviously, you still have a lot of goals.
Yes, I do. I just want to continue getting PRs, and I have the state indoor coming up, so that's pretty exciting.
You plan on doing the heptathlon again?
Yes, I plan on doing that. It's at the end of the year, so that will be fun.
What has Ozark kind of meant to you through your athletic career?
Well, I've always grown up here. My family's gone here, and I just have so many supportive coaches and teachers and teammates, so Ozark's just been a very good place to be.
I just love the coaching staff and the atmosphere there, and everything about it just like pulled me to it.
3-time 1,000-yard rusher. How neat is that to leave that legacy behind?
Yes, sir. It's awesome. I mean, I couldn't have done it without my teammates and my coaches helping me through it the whole way.
To break your mom's school scoring record.
I mean, she's a great person to look up to. I've always had that kind of hanging over my head for her, and it's awesome to be able to achieve that.
How neat is it today, too, to be able to sign and go on and finish your career in college?
It's amazing. I'm so blessed with good coaches and great teammates to just help me achieve this, and it's everything I've ever wanted.
Of course, basketball is winding down. Only 2 weeks remain in the 6A West and 5A West schedules. The regular season ends on Saturday for classes 4A to single A, with conference tournaments next week and regional tournaments the week after. Tuesday night was again rivalry night in the 5A West, and on Tuesday we had a thriller in Greenwood where Van Buren's Malachi Henry drained a three-pointer with 3 seconds left from the corner to lift the Pointers to a 57-55 win. Now that left 3 seconds on the clock, and Henry made a defensive deflection that ran off another 2.4 seconds left that left Greenwood with only a heave at the buzzer. We talked with Henry and Van Buren head coach Brad Autry after the win.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting it. That's not what we drew up. But I was there. I was waiting in the corner, and Drew made a great decision and kicked it out to me, and it went in.
How did it feel when it left your hands?
It felt good. But I shot 2 previous to that, and that was definitely the best one that off the fingers.
Well, and then made it kind of a defensive play too to knock another second and a half off the clock. What did you see on that play?
Coach told me to face guard him, and I just followed my man down the court and use my football abilities and play a little DB at the end.
It didn't surprise me at all. Coach Husband has those guys battling and battling and battling. They're at home. I told our guys we're going to have to take it away from them. We're going to have to fight for 32 minutes, and we did. And I knew they were going to make that run, and they had us scrambling a little bit, but dude stepped up and made some plays when we had to have it. Super proud of him.
And, put the ball in the hands of a senior to make the big shot for you.
I've talked to Kai about his shooting, and that as long as his feet are in good motion, he's typically money. And Drew made an excellent read on the drift. Kai was in a perfect spot, stepped in, had full confidence to knock it down, and I'm incredibly happy for him.
The Greenwood Lady Bulldogs remained in first place in the 5A West with a 64-17 win over Van Buren. The Lady Bulldogs also won their 20th game of the season last week, is ranked number 3 overall in the state and number 1 in Class 5A. In the 6A West, the race will go down to the wire with the Northside Lady Bears losing on Tuesday to Springdale Harbor, which moved into a first-place tie with the win. That brings us to the weekly segment, Gimme 5. These are the top 5 performances of the past week in the River Valley. Number 1, we start with the number 1 ranked team in Class A, the County Line Indians, who rolled to a 77-50 win at the New School on Monday. It was a rare early February matchup between two teams ranked number 1 and number 2 in their classification, along with two schools that had already won 30 games on the season.
Yes, it was a big game. It was a big win, especially coming here to their home.
All 5 starters in double digits. You guys really shared the ball well. How important is that when you guys are playing well?
It's important because a lot of the times it's just me and Cooper and Trent, but it feels good to get everybody involved.
Yeah, I was pleased with the way we played tonight. Came out, played like a team, shared the ball, played well.
You know, your first 3 possessions you didn't score. I think you had a miss, 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
Then you scored 3 consecutive 20-point quarters.
Did we really? Yeah. It felt like we were scoring the ball. We shot it really well, got some energy points, offensive rebounds, some steals.
And all 5 starters in double figures, and then Best comes off the bench and gives you 8 points and 8 rebounds.
He had a good game. He had a real good game.
How important is that balance for you guys?
We talk about sharing the ball. We talk about looking for the open man, playing within your role, and the guys did that tonight.
Did this seem like, I mean, obviously you played well, did it seem like that you guys were really focused for this game and that they were really, that this was a big one for them?
Yeah, I think they were looking forward to the game tonight.
What does this kind of do as far as, you know, the last 3 games going forward and then the postseason? This game's got to be a big confidence builder, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's a good win to get. We still got 3 more conference games to play this week, and then we'll start the district tournament next week.
Number 2, the Lavaca Golden Arrows officially secured their 7th straight conference title with a 60-38 win over Western Yell County on Tuesday night. Number 3, Brandon Scott scored 30 points, and the Charleston Tigers wrapped up the number 1 seed from the 3A4 with a 62-59 win over Paris on Tuesday. Number 4, the Mansfield Lady Tigers won their 3rd game in 5 days to eclipse the 20-win mark for the season, beating Johnson County Westside 58-26 on Tuesday. Mansfield is 22-3 overall and earned a bye into the conference tournament semifinals and a berth into the regional tournament. Number 5, Van Buren won its 2nd straight Class 5A Dual State Wrestling Championship on Saturday. 4 seniors, Shiloh Summers, Taylor Smith, Trent Neff, and Grant King, carried the Pointers and were undefeated on Saturday. The Pointers won 12 of 14 matches against Searcy in the championship, winning 8 by pin. To keep up with all the basketball action, you definitely want to check out every day of the Northwest Arkansas and River Valley Democrat-Gazette, where you will get Players of the Week, rankings, scores, and notes for the most comprehensive basketball coverage in the state. You'll also want to pick up the Sunday River Valley Democrat-Gazette, available all across the River Valley, including Eastern Oklahoma, at Walgreens, Harps, Come and Go, and Casey's. Last week's feature was on high-scoring guard Eli Slavins of Hackett by Kevin Taylor. You can subscribe online at nwaonline.com and click the subscribe button, or by calling our customer service line at 479-684-5509. Be sure to follow the River Valley Democrat-Gazette Twitter accounts, as well as mine, Walter Woody's, and Harold McIlvain's. You can view and purchase photos from our award-winning Arkansas Democrat-Gazette photographers that can be seen and purchased on our website, nwaonline.com/photo. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're going to wrap up this week's River Valley Sports Report with photos from Friday at Northside. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.